Hey guys, it's Harrison over at Oznr. How's it going today? Pumped to take a look at this with y'all. Let's dive in. So, what is Oznr? I get that question a lot, as you can imagine, and I always answer it with another question. It really helps me kind of figure out what the person I'm speaking with knows or doesn't know yet about what we're doing here. And I always ask the same question, and it's when you guys add as a brewery, add a beer or a hat or a t-shirt or something online for sale to your store, to your POS, whatever it may be, what happens next? And I get, standard answers. It sells out, or we post about it on social media. We put it in our newsletter. The staff can now sell it, freely for walk-ups, in-house, kind of, the obvious stuff. And what those answers all have in common is that you or your staff, by adding something online for sale, have essentially created more work to do. Now, that's just how it's always been, right? I mean, things aren't going to sell themselves. That's kind of the old adage that forever has been true, and in a kind of tongue-in-cheek way. Well, that's changed with the way Osner works. So now, when you add a beer, a hat, a T-shirt, a membership benefit for sale on Osner, it doesn't just sit in an online store stagnant, and then it's up to you to go work to sell it. It actually enters a marketplace where it's visible to all of our users, and it'll automatically update people that like what you guys are doing, that follow you on Osner, that follow you online elsewhere, to the fact that you guys have something new for sale. So no longer having to manually do a lot of the work you guys are doing now. That becomes Osner's job. And so we took this approach from the beginning. We knew that craft beer was ready for a change. We knew that it would move online before, just like everything else, beer sales would move online. And so we decided, instead of trying to, I guess the old saying goes, instead of trying to build a faster train or a train with comfier seats or whatever the case may be, let's build an airplane. Let's really change the way that online sales for craft beer are happen. And let's not do it just willy nilly. Let's find out how beer fans learn about beer releases, how they digest information, how they make beer buying decisions, and just meet them there. Meet them where their eyes already are, where they're already looking, which is ultimately going to be in their phone, and oftentimes on the face of their phone, on their home screen. The home screen of your phones become the present day newspaper. It's where people learn about their sports teams from last night and they lost or won, the weather today, their buddy texting them about where to go for drinks after work. And now it's where they learn about their beer releases too. So we're sending notifications out when you guys add releases to Osner to the right people at the right time. And it's now our job, not yours, to hold their hand to make sure the right people see the right things at the right time and know where to go and when to go to pick up the beer they just bought. Of course, freeing you up to do actual things in-house that moves the business forward and taking away a lot of headaches and day-to-day back and forth that has happened forever, just because it's what's happened forever. It's been the norm of running uh, online commerce, but again, that's all changing. And so when you get into the kind of nitty gritty of what Osner is, it's four different products that all work together. It's the same thing. It's all Osner, but they're kind of doing four different things. So first up is pre-sales, what I'm talking about. Online store, online sales, great. We can do all that stuff inside Osner for anything. You can bundle things. You got a cool Tiku glass that goes with your new barrel aged stout. Awesome. Sell it as a bundle. You can do those things on Osner really easily. Now, since we're a native app and not an online store that somebody has to navigate to through a link, enter their credit card information, their shipping information, billing, all that stuff, that's already in Osner. They just hit buy now. That allows us to sell out of beers, thousands of bottles or thousands of four packs in 13, 14 seconds. You're not dealing with, again, the way it's always been, the cumbersome online buying experience. It's much more streamlined here. So you see that buy now button on the second phone, highlighting festivals and events. So that's something we're doing now as well. The founders of Osner actually came over from the ticketing space. So invented a technology that now Ticketmaster, Live Nation, and all the major league sporting events use for mobile online ordering for high demand ticket releases. So they came from the event space, brought it over to beer, and now, of course, you have an events portal inside Osner as well. So it was a mobile optimized experience for your events. People just need their phones to get in now, and your staff just needs their phones, no scanners required, anything like that, to get everyone in quickly. Just scan a QR code on their phone for the event. Memberships, anything under the sun, whatever you guys want to have, pop it in here. They get a VIP party. They get a beer a month as part of their annual membership. Maybe it's a bottle society. Maybe you have tiers. What's really popular now is a lot of breweries are starting an early access membership, allowing the members of that membership to get access to all of their beer 2 days or 3 days or a week before the public can buy it. We've set a lot of this up over the past year and a half. They've been a huge success. That peace of mind you're offering to your fans, while obviously spinning up a membership that really doesn't take anything to manage. And really, most of our memberships don't manage, and you need to manage anything on your end of things. It's all put on the consumer. They have their own portal, and every time they log into Oznr, they're reminded, hey, that's right, I'm a manager or a member of this brewery. I've been there in a little bit. I should go check them out. Allows you to do cool things like send them messages and say, hey, come in tonight, get a free pint, get half off your growlers, members only. Have that also show up as alerts on their phones. So now everything you do, every bit of work you do, everything you're trying to sell becomes a new marketing opportunity to get you in front of the people that love what you're already doing. And because our marketplace, I'll show you this in a moment, get in front of new people as well. And last but not least, random draw. So if you're high demand releases, the beers that are sitting up at night worrying about what is our Instagram going to look like tomorrow when we sell of all these beers in a minute, or if you're using us in a couple of seconds, most people aren't going to get that beer just by simple math. So what do we do about that? How do we keep everybody happy? Random draw. So it's a fair and equitable way to approach high demand releases. We're giving people a fixed amount of time to enter. Everybody can enter, and then we randomly pick the winners. And nice part about this is it does automatically charge their cards when they win. So it's nobody's job to chase them around, say, hey, you won. Do you still want this? Crossing off Excel spreadsheets, using MailChimp to send out emails, all these other things that are disparate technologies that don't talk to each other. Well, it's all living inside Oznr. Obviously, we built it from the ground up, so it all works together. And it's not up to you to rely on an integration or a widget or a plugin that wasn't really built for beer. Maybe it's built for sneaker sales or wineries or, selling cheeseburgers, whatever it may be. Don't have to do that anymore. I can actually use the right tool for the job. Finally, this gets pretty exciting. And arguably the most exciting part about this is that, like I mentioned earlier, we're a marketplace. We have more than 100,000 users inside Oznr buying beer every day, all over the country, and they can see your offer from day one. The first beer you add, everybody can see that. So now it becomes a discovery tool as well. So you're getting in front of new people by doing what you're already doing, except instead of just reposting to your social media to the same people that see every release you have, and then also have to fight to stand in their newsfeed against everything else they're looking at on social media, you're here and you're visible to everybody, and it's just beer, people looking for beer releases. You're in your target audience, fishing where the fish are, as it were. So that gets exciting as well when you know that new people will discover you just by, again, doing what you're already doing, making that work you're doing do more work for you. Now, I said we have 100,000 users, which is obviously great, but we're also part of the Next Class family. So that means Untapped's fans, Beer Advocate, Hop Culture, you're getting direct lines to them as well to make sure that anyone online that likes beer, they're probably visiting at least one, if not all these sites once a week, you're being seen there first too. So now you really are getting in front of the right people every time you have a great beer to release, a new membership you want to start, a fun random draw you want to bring more attention to. We have ways of doing that and making sure they're seen by all the people you want to see those things. So if you want to learn more about this, please let us know. There's a button below this video. Two of them, actually. One of them is to book a demo. You speak with me a little bit more, or John, my partner here. Or if you've heard enough and just want to start selling more beer to all these people that are checking in, millions of them a week, and trying to find their next one, great. Click on the free trial. You can start there and get going right away. We've had partners sign up and sell out of their beer the first day they join. So you guys can do that too. But any questions, let us know. Click on those buttons beneath. And other than that, have a great day. Cheers.